What is going on? Sam Get Fit, checking in with you guys. You guys are doing well, doing terrific, and we are back with another video. So in today's video, like I always say, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be an interesting one also because we are talking about spotting the fake natty or not. I guess I am a fake natty. And the guy that just pointed my finger, I'm about to tell you some things about him that make you question his natty status. But really the reason why I'm doing it is because one, I've been bodybuilding for the last 20 years. You see a lot of people, I'm not gonna name names, fuck it, I'm gonna name names, Greg Doucette. You know, mentioning or talking about, oh yeah, they have a ton of videos and oh yeah, how to spot a fake natty. And made a video about Nick Bear being a natty or not, and the justifications and things that it was talking about. I'm like, bro, you a fucking idiot.
Greg, and in today's video, Nick Bear is selfish. His family deserves better. You're thinking, Coach Greg, you're a hater.
I commented on that shit. I'm like, listen, I'll put a screenshot on here. I just don't like people like that, kind of just, you know, using some random clickbaity shit just to talk about natty or not, how you can spot a fake natty. So how can you truly spot a fake natty? And the reason why I can tell you some of those things is because one, I've been bodybuilding for the last 20 years. I've competed in a natural organization. I'm a natural bodybuilder, newsflash, or am I? Because according to some people, I'm not. So we're gonna talk about that. Signs maybe you can spot a fake natty. Signs, should you care about fake natty? We're gonna talk about all that, and at the same time, we are gonna be crushing a chest and shoulder workout, because a lot of times if you can see somebody's shoulder and chest, apparently that's a sign of how to tell if somebody's fake natty or not. We got that non-natty pre-workout, sipping, flowing through our system. Link in the description if you want to join the fake natty crew. Support your boy. And let's crush this workout.
Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard. Let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all, bust it open hard. Let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, baby hustle.
A lot of reasons why a lot of people think some people are not natty. You've heard things like if you take protein powder or creatine, that is a questionable natty status, which I think is, ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, come on, bro. Protein, yes, it's a natural food. Yes, it's a supplement, but guess where that whey protein comes from? Animals. Do you eat animals? Do you eat animal protein? Yes, you do. Another suggestion is creatine. Creatine is not natural. Your body does produce creatine, and you can get some creatine from red meat and things like that, but you don't produce enough of it. If you take any multivitamin, I guess you're not natty. Again, that I've heard this sort of discussion before from people that you think are knowledgeable, quote unquote, and they have no fucking clue. So, if you take protein, I guess you and we're not so natty anymore. First movement that you guys just saw is gonna be an incline press. I already done a video covering like a delt workout, so I'm gonna take you guys through that today. The incline press is a new movement that Max and I were adding, and by the way, Max and I have been crushing fucking back workout, and it's been epic. I mean, epic, visceral, painful, massive amount of soreness. So we're loving it. We're gonna take you guys through that. And why? I feel like delt is very important because I think it's one of the biggest things that people will see like, man, it's delt, man, suspect. It can't be natural, like, really? So the guy behind the camera, he's definitely suspect.
Oh my.
So baby hustle, what the
Oh my.
What is my guys? Know that they fly, know that they ride or die.
But Sam, you're getting some trap stimulus from those.
I know, yeah, those are bad, right? Says no one with huge traps. One of the biggest conceptions, again, you hear that a lot. I don't like upright rows because of how much trap involvement. Really? So what if you get a lot of trap involvement? What's the big deal? You don't want big traps? Well, again, of course, it's an adjustment you can do, which is obviously I like to get a little more forward lean into that. and obviously pouring the water out and bring it up. Another, of course, demonization when it comes to upright row is like it's back for your shoulders. So another pro tip for dumbbell upright row is because it allows you to kind of just play around with the angles a little bit, from wider to the closer angle, compared to more of a bar or easy bar where you're more of in a strict position. So that's why I like dumbbells. Or you can just try something that's isolated as opposed to a unilateral, a bilateral movement. But yeah, give that a shot. All right, so we just finished with upright row, and we are starting with a cable face pull superset with cable front delt. And the one thing Max brought up earlier when we were training that was not caught on camera is a lot of times you get I've said this before too, like when you do a lot of incline movements, yes, you are incorporating a lot of front delt action, but that doesn't mean you cannot train front delt directly, especially if it's a lagging body part, if something you want to just get more volume in. It's front delt is something I want to improve. It looks pretty juicy right now, not natty. Pretty juicy right now, but it's something I still want to improve on. Yes, I'm not doing as much incline pressing movement. I'm only doing one incline pressing movement, so I don't want my front delt to lag. That's why I'm acting to direct front delt work into that. So yes, it's true and it's not true, but at the same time, you don't need to stop doing front delt work if you're doing a lot of incline press movement. If you recover properly, it's a body part you're trying to improve on, and if you add additional direct work, is that going to impact how you feel overall in terms of recovery? If it doesn't impact that, then it's fair game, right? So have that concept before you decide, no, you shouldn't do something, or you shouldn't add a training or not.
Bust it open hard, let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, but the oh my. Boy on my side, TJ I with I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, but the oh my. Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you drop. Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you drop.
I'm not gonna be that naive guy and just say yes, there are not, some indicators of how you can tell somebody's natty or not. But one of the biggest ones that I typically see, obviously back acne. As somebody that tried to use some sort of a testosterone boosters when I was like, fresh into my fitness journey. Like, oh yeah, what? Not natty. Off the counter. I would now name I think Neutralis or something like that. I just back in 2006, 2007, thinking yes, if I use a testosterone booster, it's gonna boost my testosterone, which didn't work for me. The only thing that gave me, I just broke out all over my face. That's the only thing that happened. I didn't see any significant change in my musculature. So maybe I'm not natty, because I'm using this testosterone booster, according to some of you guys. But I would say a lot of some of the indication that out there is like, oh yeah, because you have a massive rear delt or massive delt, all of a sudden, you cannot be natty. I literally have one of my clients, a female client, and people, male and female, were like, hey, questioning her, like, your delts are looking a little too suspect, so you must not be natural. I'm like, no, it's because from years of CrossFit, and now she's training for bodybuilding. If you do anything about CrossFit, you do a lot of pressing movements, a ton of the cleans and jerks. So of course you are gonna have a lot of, something that you guys are focused on physique, you can learn from. Maybe you should do a lot of pressing and clean and jerks. Maybe that alone will increase your delt volume, your delt size. But saying somebody's got like a massive rear delt or massive delt is an indicator of, non-natty or suspect is not true. The guy behind the camera, I would tell you, I was like, bro, what's going on, man? We're training back the other day and was doing a high row, and I'm looking at, bro, your delt's looking very, very sus right now. But Max is one of those people, his rear delt is just very, very developed. His back is very, very developed. So of course, if you focus a lot of the training intention, it all encapsulates, it all looks like you are gonna, your back should be very, developed. So one of the things that we're doing now, obviously, is adding a little more medial delt, a little more front delt, just to match up to the rest of his shoulder delt. So Max, I know Max is natty, but some of you guys I might see him like, hey bro, like that delt, you know, is looking sus. That is not true. It just has a well-developed rear delt. If you hop on the sauce right now, chances are yes, your delt will grow because you do have a lot of androgen receptors in your delt. That is true, but it's not always an indicator of like, man, big delt, it must be on shit. Like without any sort of background of information of what kind of training background that person has, all of a sudden because she has rear delt, big massive delts, she's on drugs. When I know the only client that I coach are all natural athletes, because I myself don't even know how to program a cycle for anyone.
I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year.
So why should you even care, like in the first place, about who is natty or not? I feel like oftentimes a lot of people invest too much time into who is natty or not, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really should impact you by any means. And most of the receptions or most of the feedback that I normally get, when I get a lot of questions like, hey bro, do you think so and so is natty? I'm like, why do you care? That's usually my response. Why do you care if such and such is natty? And typical response is like, you know, so you can know what's attainable. Like, so if you do know what the limit is, what are you gonna do? Okay, yes, if you hop on the sauce in 2 years, that's a limit. You're just gonna stop training? You're gonna stop working out because you know what the limit is? No, it should impact you. You should keep doing what you're doing. Draw inspirations from natural people. And I would say what has helped me in the years is being naive enough to believe somebody when they tell me they're natty. And I would say this also. You might not want to hear it. There's a thing called BBC genetics, and I will explain this to you. And what I mean by that is, I'm black, not just black. No, it's real. It's real as fuck.
So true.
Not just because I'm black. I am Nigerian. So I was on a Joe Rogan podcast, and in the Joe Rogan podcast that Kamaru Usman, if you know Kamaru Usman, is the former welterweight UFC champion, and it's been accused. You've seen Greg Doucette, you've seen Derek Moore Place More Day do videos on him, if he's natty or not, and it made a point that only a Nigerian dude will understand. He said, do you know how many Kamaru Usmans just walking the streets of Nigeria? I'm Nigerian too, and most of my friends that people get accused, the Russell Horries, the Obies, the Nsimas, that people accuse are not natural. Guess what all these people have in common? They're Nigerians.
Liver. Are you Niger?
So genetics has so much to play into this role. A lot of the people that actually are enhanced, that are on sauce, guess what? They're just one of those % of outliers. They already have a massive, great genetics to begin with, and that being on a sauce just enhanced their level of physique. So if you're out there, you think you can jump in the sauce, we can enhance your physique, and you're gonna be the next Miss Olympia, that is not true. And unfortunately, I have clients that have hopped on the sauce in the past and just realized, holy shit, I made a mistake. So I'm saying all that to say, don't waste your time, don't waste the energy in investing in trying to catch who's natty or not. Yes, Greg Doucette and all these people that are doing the video, because you people are watching this video, you are interested in people who are natty or not, and that should have no relevance into what you're doing to enhance yourself naturally, of course. So, are there telltale signs of people that can, you know, that can spot that be natty or not? I'm sure there is, but some of the telltale signs that I hear, oh, it's too veiny, it's too vascular. I'm like, are you kidding me? Have you seen a lot of natural dudes? I'll put some pictures on the screen for you that you will see them like, suspect. I'll tell you, I'm natural. I don't even know where to start when it comes to enhancement or sauce or anything like that. If you want to believe me, cool. If you don't, got accused, it doesn't affect me by any means, and it shouldn't affect you too. Sam Konoff, Sam K Fit. That's the video for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay natty.
Get down in the car, one time give it